Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're talking about my luxury beauty favorites from the month of April. I have mostly makeup this time around, and I have one dud, one pretty big flop this past month. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. First up are new discoveries to me from RMS Beauty. So RMS Beauty recently launched this bronzer series. I think bronzers are new to them. They're definitely new to me. And this shade here in particular, I know, it looks a bit magané because it is. This one is called Tan Lines and I absolutely adore it. I am wearing it today on my cheeks. This is an amazing texture. It's soft, it's luminous. I'm not wearing any highlighter. I'm not even wearing primer. This is just these cheek products here I'm going to mention in a moment. But this is what tan line looks like. It's a little bit neutral. It could be a little bit more cool toned, but it's at least it's not orange. It's really pretty and it's soft, it's luminous, it's so gorgeous. RMS Beauty is new to me, and what a tremendous discovery. Like, I totally get it. I get it 100%. I also picked up a blush at the same time. The blushes from RMS Beauty are not new, but they did add some new colors. And I picked up this one here called Crystal Slipper. So I got this one here because this one, you could wear it on its own because it is a little bit like if a blush and a bronzer met and fell in love and had a baby. But it has a little bit of pink to it. I don't know if you can see that there. Maybe I'll add a little bit more just so you can see. But it has a similar luminous, radiant finish. It is not a chunky glitter. It is not too heavy. It does not pick up on texture, but it just looks radiant and luminous and just oh so healthy. It is so pretty. I am wearing this cheek combination here. And usually with these two, I skip highlighter. I mean, sometimes I go in because I want to look extra luminous, but just on their own, I think that these offer just enough lit from within glow, just that I just sleep 8 hours a night, I eat all my greens type of radiance to them. They're just so pretty. And the formula is so silky, so smooth, and just very gorgeous. Moving on to some Dior. I have here one of their face palettes for the summer. It's called the Dior Forever Natural Bronze Glow. The shade I have is 031 and it's a coral bronze. So this is bronzer, highlighter, blush, a little bit of everything. It's sort of a multi-purpose face palette. You could theoretically do everything with this palette here. I think that this is so pretty. I love the packaging. I love the case. I love the fabric. I think it's very pretty. I also just love the product in here. So typically when I use it, I will go in with my little angled brush and I'll go into this part here because this part and this part are both the bronzer part of the palette. So that is what the bronzer looks like here. It does look different than RMS. This one here is more matte. It still is luminous, but not quite as much, you can see. And then what I do is I go into the center stripe and I just swirl it around like this. And I do a stripe. So this collection or this selection here, this palette, is definitely warmer. It does live up to its name of like a coral bronze. I like it as a balance here. This one, the Crystal Slipper, definitely looks much more pink when we compare it to the coral palette. I like them both. It's nice to have a little bit of, coral and pink on each side. It's very pretty, and just sometimes I also just swirl all of this together just to get a beautiful hue, a beautiful cheek. Very pretty. You can also wear this on your eyes. So what I'll do sometimes is take a big fluffy brush for the eyes and go into the bronzer shade and maybe just a little bit of the coral if I want. That's an option if you're traveling or if you want to just keep like a really light makeup look, you can use this on your eyes too. Speaking of eyes, I tested out the new Givenchy Interdit mascara. This is wonderful. So this is what the tube looks like here, just, plain classic black, and this is what the wand applicator looks like. So the wand is a bit bendy, like it has some wiggle to it, and it is just a phenomenal mascara. It's what I'm wearing today. It's lengthening, it's dramatic, it's volumizing. It's just a wonderful mascara. You can get the full size, which is what I have here, or they have the travel size available. And since I picked it up, I haven't really wanted to wear anything else on the lashes because it's just like pop, like bam, here is the drama, here is the length. We often think of mascaras as like very basic because they are, but they're only basic when they work. You know, mascara is one of those things that you don't think about until it's not working well. And then you're like, wow, I need a good solid base here for my eyes. So if you want just like a good volumizing dramatic mascara, the new Givenchy one is fabulous. I picked up a couple of the new Dior single eyeshadows. The first one here that I've worn a ton of is the one called Tutu. This is 61922. This one has a metallic finish, and as you can tell, I've dipped into this one a lot over the past few weeks. So I have used a setting spray in here just to pick up a bit more, because even though I like these a lot, I find that in general, the new eyeshadow formulas tend to be much softer. With Dior and also with Chanel, I've just noticed that their new formulas tend to be softer. So you have to dig in more to pick up color and to get the color payoff. So Tutu is a nice pearlescent peachy pink. It's a one and done. It looks really pretty on its own, just for like a little wash of something. It's like a peachy champagne pink, very, very pretty, very easy to wear. I think it's extremely popular for that reason. And the next one that I love from them right now is the 162 Bleu Bayadère, which is, it's described as glittery, but I don't really perceive this as glittery. It's very metallic, it's satiny, but when I think of an eyeshadow with a glittery finish, I would imagine that it has like a chunky glitter grainy texture or quality. It does not. So this is Bleu Bayadère, very pretty. I will definitely wear this again on my channel very soon. It's very pretty. It's so pretty mixed with Tutu together. Sometimes I mix a little bit of the bronzer in the crease with this here. So pretty. I love a blue eyeshadow. I'm not wearing any eyeshadow today. I wanted something very clean, very simple, but I do love a blue eyeshadow, and this one here is just, it's very saturated. Unlike Tutu, you do have to gratte, you have to scratch a bit to get a bit more color payoff, whereas this one here, the Bleu Bayadère, is just way more intense, which is nice. I have a temporary office assistant with me. Her name is Gucci. She is my neighbor's cat that I am cat sitting at the moment. I thought perhaps this morning she would be here with me, but as it turns out, Gucci is not a morning person at all. I know cats sleep all day, but she sleeps all the time. I mean, she's a loaf on the bed, just completely out of it. So unfortunately, she will not be with me today to help demonstrate my monthly favorites. Next up are some complexion products. So the first one is the U Beauty Super Tinted Hydrator. This is technically a tinted moisturizer. It is very lightweight, very sheer. I'm wearing the shade number 4. So this is a tinted moisturizer. It is very lightweight, very sheer, but it's very moisturizing. If you have dry skin, dehydrated skin, even mature skin, I think you would like it because it really feels like a moisturizing moisturizer with some tint in it. It's very lightweight, your skin but better. It's sheer, it's a little bit buildable. You're not really going to get past medium, but it's very nice. Sometimes what I do is I wear this as a primer, which is what I did today. I wore 1 pump of this as a primer just to plump, to rehydrate, to even out, just like a whisper. And then I went over top with something more heavy duty. The more heavy duty foundation I like to pair this with is the Prada Beauty Foundation. I use the shade MN40. So this is a liquid foundation. It has a soft velvet finish and it covers way more. Like this is more of like a medium coverage foundation. It's actually quite shocking that both of these foundations fit me, but these are the shades that I'm wearing. So what I'll do is I'll go into this one here, the tinted moisturizer first. as a primer, and then I'll go into Prada Beauty. And you can see it's drying here on the back of my hand, whereas You Beauty still looks wet. So you can see a definite difference in the finishes here. And I like both of them separate. Like if I want something really light, really sheer, just a skin tint, I'll go into You Beauty by itself. But if I want to sort of mix the best of both worlds, where I add extra hydration, a little bit of correction, and just extra moisture, I'll go into this and I'll mix these together to give a beautiful, long-wearing, higher coverage finish. So these two together are a great duo. So at home, like you don't necessarily have to go out and buy both of these if you don't want to. You know your budget better than I do, but if you have a nice tinted moisturizer, maybe think of mixing a drop or two in with a heavier coverage foundation. You might like the finish. All right, last but not least, I have a dud, a pretty big, massive flop, unfortunately. And it took me a minute to figure it out. But this is the Dior Glow Star Filter. Yes, the new liquid highlighter, multi-purpose product. It's a primer, it's a highlighter. It looks incredibly pretty. Listen, I wore it multiple times. I reviewed it. I thought it was great. It looks pretty. Yes, it looks pretty. However, this gives me the worst breakouts. So bad. Like the worst breakouts all over. And it's super weird because it gives me breakouts along the chin and forehead, classic breakout spots. But then it gives me breakouts in like the weirdest places I never get a breakout. Like in the middle of my cheek, I never, ever, ever get a breakout there. It'll give me a breakout here in the middle of the cheek, along my neck. Basically, anywhere that I apply this, sometimes I'll drag, you drag makeup down your neck. I'll get breakouts like along here. I don't know what ingredient is in here that has done this to me, but it's this. I wasn't certain at first, but then I did some trial and error where I didn't wear makeup. Like on the weekends, I often don't wear makeup. So I would wear no makeup for a couple of days. My skin would clear up, and then I would put this on my face overnight. It was an explosion. So yeah, no merci. I don't know what it is. It's really sad because it looks pretty. I do like the temporary look of it, but I will be unable to wear this. I could try gifting it to a friend, give her a test trial first to see if she can wear this. But please let me know if you have experienced this with this here. And this is the first time it's happened to me with Dior. Usually their products haven't broken me out. I've tried foundations, concealers, primers, highlighters. This is the first time that this has happened to me. So please let me know if you've experienced this with this new formula. All right, that is it for today's video. These were my monthly favorites from April. Sound off in the comments below. Let me know what were some of your favorite products from the past month. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please take the time to do so. We talk a lot about luxury beauty. I do tons of reviews, tons of tutorials as well. And I like to mix and match my reviews and my tutorials. So my tutorials will have new releases, old releases mixed together. That way you don't really get swept up in the new craze. I will remind you gently to use up some of your old stuff first. Anyway, please make sure you're subscribed. On that note, that is all I have for you guys for today. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.